What's up, y'all? This is Duana, aka Glamazon 1026, and welcome back to the Glam Room. Today we're going to be talking about what to do in order to prep your hair for box braids, as well as how to get nice straight parts. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you need in order to prep your hair for braiding, as well as how to set up your braiding station so that you can get pretty decent parts. Like, usually I don't care how my hair is parted in the back, but since I'm going to be doing a style that it actually matters, it's like a whole production, and I'll show you guys how it's set up. But let's just get right into what we're gonna need. So you're going to need a blow dryer with either a comb attachment or a brush that you use to kind of release the curl pattern of your hair. You do not need your hair to be super duper straight. You just want to kind of stretch it a little bit, not because you were not able to catch, unless you don't know how to catch hair, but because since you're going to be using synthetic hair tangles easily, and it's much easier braiding hair that has been a little bit straightened than it is hair in its natural state or in just coming out of twists. You'll also need some parting tools. Here I have this edge brush with a metal tail, and then I also have this rat tail comb. You'll need some Shine and Jam or like any type of heavy edge control, not necessarily gel, but this does help with getting your parts super straight, and I'll show you how exactly we're gonna do that when we get into the parting section. Hair ties or rubber bands. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know I like to part my entire head out if I'm doing jumbo braids. So the rubber bands just help keep them, even if they're not part exactly the way I want it, it just keeps them separated individually so that I don't have to go back and like part that whole section. Last but not least, you'll probably need some type of hair oil, and I'm using this while I am blow drying just to give my hair a little bit more extra, you know, emollient, is that the word? It's just gonna be extra, okay? It's just gonna give it some shine, it's gonna give it some slip so that the blow dry can just go straight through, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is blow out our hair. So my hair was washed last night, and I just twisted it up with some, using the lock method. And so now I'm just using the oil to kind of separate it and pull it out so that there's no tangles, and the blow dry can just go straight through, and we won't have any issues. And there we have it, we're all blown out. All right, so now we are going to get to the parting section. I usually just speed through this with my regular tutorial, so I figured that I would do a in-depth how to part your hair, because it doesn't make sense to me that people don't understand how to part. Like, you just part it, but people don't know how to part, so I'm going to part. Okay, so in order to part your hair, especially in the back, it's going to be very, very difficult because, you know, we don't have eyes in the back of our head, so we can't see. So what you're going to need is a mirror. So I am in a space right now where there are 4 mirrors around me. You do not need this many. 2 is usually pretty good. So I have a door mirror that's from like Walmart, like the $20 door mirror. I have this big mirror from the beauty supply store, costs like $10. There is the bathroom mirror right here, and then to this side is the medicine cabinet mirror. So that's there. And so basically what you're gonna need is you're going to have to position yourself in a way where you can see the back of your head, if not at all times, most of the time, okay? So I'm gonna be sitting here, and I'm going to put this mirror that's in my hand up in front of me, and as I'm looking into this mirror, I can see the back of my head. And that is technically all you need, right? But since I don't really want to hold that mirror up, I have this door mirror right here. And I have the door angled in such a way where I can see myself right here in this mirror and I can see the back of my head in that mirror. I'm going to be doing jumbo triangle parts, so it's really important for me to get my, what's it called? My line straight. So right now what I'm going to do is take my hair out. I look like a troll doll. Take my hair out and use this comb right here to make a part probably at the top of my ear, somewhere around there, because I think there's only going to be maybe like 3 or 4 braids in the back. I'm trying to make this in as little braids as possible, honestly, because I don't want to be here all night. So we'll see how this acts. So I'm going to just make the first part without like looking, and I just go straight across. I'm used to this, so I'm just doing it by, what's it called? Sight? Feel? Rote memory? Muscle memory, that's what it's called. I'm doing it by muscle memory. So I turn around so that you guys will be able to see me parting my hair and see that it is being parted well. So as you can see, it's okay, but it's not perfect, right? So what we're going to do is take some of the Shine and Jam, it's on the back of my hand already, and I am going to put it in the part right here like this. And then we're going to use that to clean the part up. Since I'm turned around, I'm using the display monitor that I use for my videos, as well as the door mirror that I have taken off the door and put in front of me, to go through with the tail of the rat tail comb and take out any little pieces of hairs that are making this part not straight. I know this is weird. Just bear with me, please. I'm trying to teach y'all. So now that I have this how I want it, I'm just going to put a rubber band here. And that's gonna be our first row. Just like that. All right, perfect. Row 1. All right, so now let's get on to row number 2. So for this one, we're gonna do the same exact thing. I'm going to part directly across my head from one side to the other. It's going to be about 1.5 inches wide above my ear. And I'm going to put the Shine and Jam in it and then use the tail to move hair either up or down to make sure that that part is straight. Since this one, I couldn't go in one fell swoop across my head, I have to do it in sections, and just take your time. Move the mirror around if you have to, just to make sure that you can see the part of the head that you're working on at that time. All right, so now that I'm finished the back, I feel like I can turn back around and you guys can see. This is gonna be easier for me too. So right now we're working on the 3rd row, and I'm parting it a little bit differently. There's going to be 2 parts down the temple and then a straight part going across the back, and this is because I want to be able to have 2 side parts and a center part, just in case I want to style the braids differently, but it is the same exact process. Just make that rough draft part and then go in and refine it once you put your Shine and Jam on. If you need to put more Shine and Jam on, put more Shine and Jam on. And then tie it up. And then we're gonna go in through the middle. So I ended up having 4 rows in my head, and I think that was pretty perfect for the amount of braids that I wanted. And we're done. So now that you have most of the, like your whole head kind of in sections, you can go on and create any design that you want. You can do squares like this, right? And you'll just put the Shine and Jam in here and make that part super straight. So you can do squares. If you want, you can do rectangles, right? Or you can do what I'm going to do for my hair, which are triangle parts. Now for triangle parts, all you have to do is part the lines that we have in a V, and I'll show you that really quickly. All right, so that's one triangle. Then to make the other triangles, you go in at an angle from the top to connect to this point down here. It'll take some time to get it straight, That's okay, because you got the shining jam. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me below, and don't forget to tune in to my next video where I will actually be braiding this hair, okay? All right. Y'all, that is it. That is how I part my hair. Really and truly, all you need is those mirrors in the back. Depending on the type of parts you get, it might take you a little bit longer. Triangle parts are a little bit more labor intensive than plain old square or rectangle box braids, especially if you're working on them yourself and you're trying to get them all lined up correctly. So just make sure that you kind of budget in time for parting when you're doing your hair by yourself, because that can take a while. Usually I don't care, because I just be like, whatever, we're just gonna part, whatever. But sometimes, you know, I want, you know, my whole entire head to look good, so I gotta just, you know, take that extra time. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell to become a part of the Glam Fam and know exactly when I upload. Also, do not forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Glamazon1026, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.